Hey, what is up guys, it is Solo. Welcome back to another Gold Squad featurette. In this one, we're going to be talking about original ideas and concepts. Starting off, we have the original gold base. Originally, gold base was supposed to be a crappy little shack. In fact, the original idea was even in the Season 1 script, the one that I ended up using. However, when it came time to forging the map, I realized that I didn't really like the idea of it being a shack, and for some reason I didn't change the script. So for the entirety of Season 1, you might have noticed that none of the characters ever mention what Gold Base looks like because of the fact that it completely looked different in the script. Hemorix was never supposed to be the main bad guy. It wasn't until about halfway through Season 1 when I came up with the idea of him being the mastermind behind everything. In the first episode, his name in the script is literally just Trainer. He was originally going to be a very small character, just like Gary, but once I started finishing up Season 1 and began on working Season 2, the idea of Hemorix being the main villain started rolling into motion. Originally, Gary was actually going to join Gold Squad. I'm not sure as to why I decided not to go with this. I think the main reason was that I didn't really think he was very interesting. Season 1 ends on a very climactic note, as opposed to like Season 2, which is very much like a to be continued type of situation. This is because I wasn't actually sure whether or not I was going to be doing the second or third season. I had always known that I wanted to do a second and third season, and I had even written out the plot and everything for them, but I wasn't really sure if I was going to end up doing it. It wasn't until I saw that Gold Squad was actually doing really well when I wrote in that little after credit scene cliffhanger at the Season 1 finale. Season 2 had a very interesting time behind the scenes, to say the least. That was when I was really working on myself as a writer, and because of that, there are actually 3 different scripts for Season 2. One of which is almost completely finished, the second is halfway finished, and the third, the one that we all know and love today, is obviously completely finished because I ended up using it. To kick off this portion of the video, let's look at the 2 alternate versions of Season 2. The first script was written in mid-2016, when I first started filming Season 1. The main plot of this script is extremely different from the one that we know today. Originally, it would open up with Gold Squad mourning the death of Gary. It would then lead to a new squad called Yellow Squad, moving in next doors to Gold Squad. Yellow Squad was going to serve as a complete mirror of Gold Squad. Similar to the motive of Ghost, Yellow Squad moved in so that they could spy on Gold Squad and eventually take them out. This was all orchestrated by Hemorix, who at this time I had decided was going to be the main villain. Throughout the season, the viewers got to know Yellow Squad more and more. Eventually, I realized that this script focused way too much on Yellow Squad. The show had pretty much become the Yellow Squad show and not so much the Gold Squad show. I decided to scrap this script so I could focus on a more Gold Squad-centric season, seeing as that was the title. The second script was written in early 2017, around the time that I started finishing up Season 1. This is by far the most crazy thing I have ever written, so buckle up. It opens up at Gary's funeral. Hemorix explains to Gold Squad that he will be sending a new Spartan named Ghost to Gold Base. Now, this isn't the Ghost that we know now. Originally, Ghost was actually mute. That's right, he couldn't talk at all. This made for some admittedly pretty funny interactions at the beginning of Season 2, however, the joke got old fast. I ended up realizing that it's pretty difficult to flesh out a character when they can't even speak, and it's also really difficult to have interactions between characters when one of the main 4 characters literally can't say anything at all. That was only one of many things that made me throw away the script. It was soon to be revealed that Ghost couldn't speak because Hemorix was inside of his head controlling him. Yes, I'm serious. Around the middle of the season, Hemorix sent Gold Squad on a mission to go find Master Chief after the events of Halo 4. Stay with me guys, it gets crazier. Once they get to the supposed place that Master Chief was at, they get ambushed by the Angels. There is going to be this really awesome scene when they all begin to realize that Hemorix set this all up. Gold Squad is trapped and almost dies when all of a sudden a drop pod slams into the ground in front of them. Master Chief pops out of the drop pod looking all badass, and then it cuts to black. I shouldn't even have to explain why I didn't go with this script. I think I wrote the majority of it during like a really late night or something. Alright, now back to the basics. Originally, Scout and Vexus were actually going to become BFFs. I had a whole bromance planned out for them and everything. You can even see a little bit of that in Season 2. Indiana went through multiple armor changes. His armor was originally full-on white, just like Nathaniel, until I decided that would actually be the color of the angels. I then changed it to a reddish color, but then I realized there are already like 2 or 3 red characters, so I went with a mix of Clementine and Vermilion. I had known since the very beginning that the last 3 episodes of the series would be the episodes in which the main 3 characters die. I knew that ever since I started writing the series. I knew that Backlash would go first, and then Scout, and then King. I call these episodes the Big 3. Well, Backlash's death was actually a lot different originally. The plotline where Gold Squad rescues the other squads from the training academy was always planned. However, it was supposed to be at the very end of the season. Originally, they were all going to be locked up in cells, and Backlash's death scene involved him unlocking all of those cells and letting them out and getting shot down in the process. I always knew that I wanted him to become the hero that he always wanted to in his final moments. I just didn't know how I was going to do that. Originally, Scout was actually almost decapitated. This was even foreshadowed in the middle of Season 1 in Episode 5.
I almost got my head cut off by an angel once.
In Episode 7 of Season 3, he almost gets executed by Onyx until he's saved by King. Onyx was actually supposed to be holding a gravity hammer, as if he was about to cut off Scout's head. However, I changed this because it looked absolutely ridiculous, so I just completely scrapped it last second. I think it's safe to say that the fight scene between King and Hemrix is very memorable. However, the original fight between them was a lot different. It originally took place in the lab. They were going to be breaking lab equipment and shattering glass and all that type of stuff, and they were going to be, you know, running into Monday and stuff as they brutally beat each other up. I changed this to make it a much more dramatic and meaningful fight scene. I didn't really feel as if it did all the build-up justice. Alright guys, well that's all the original ideas I can really remember. There's probably some others that I've completely forgot about, but I hope you guys like this video. If you're finding these featurettes interesting, please drop a like. If you like this video, like, comment, subscribe, do all amazing stuff, and I'll see you guys in the future.